You know, I put a post up on Instagram the other day after the Rod Tank fight on OneFC because Matt Brown posted it, like, how is Muay Thai not the biggest sport in the world? And you watch this insane fight they had on OneFC. And I was like, I think that has the most untapped potential of all the combat sports. Because obviously, boxing is huge. MMA is huge. How the fuck is Muay Thai not huge?
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
And this one fight.
With MMA gloves, too.
With 4-ounce gloves. It's like 3 posts ago. And it's this war that these guys had in Thailand. So they did a OneFC in Thailand. And they had, here, I'll fucking, you got it here? I mean, so it's Rod Tang versus Superlek. And it's a fucking war, dude. I mean, these guys are going, give me some volume so you hear
It
this.
just happened?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these are two of the very best Muay Thai fighters in the world, and they're fighting with these little tiny MMA gloves on, which is a wild move that OneFC is doing. I mean, everybody who watches MMA, look at that, drops Rod Tang. That's crazy. Incredible fight, dude. Just fucking incredible fight. These guys are cutting each other up with elbows, knees to the body. And they're two elite of the elite in Muay Thai. And they're going to war with the little gloves on, man. I mean, it's a fucking wild-ass fight. Like, look, everybody loves stand-up. When you're watching MMA, sometimes when people clinch, people go, oh. They want to see the crazy wars. These are the crazy wars all the time. That's the whole fight is crazy wars. Like, how is that not big? I brought it up with Dana. And I said, dude, I know you guys are into this slap fight thing, but I think, like, the thing that's untapped is kickboxing. And he was like, but nobody liked that PK karate. I'm like, bro, that was in the 1980s. That was literally, they used to call it the kick of the 80s. Remember?
Yeah. But
Bad Brad Hefton. And
it just needs to be marketed different because there's always been kickboxing. We've always had kickboxing. We had Glory, we had K1 forever.
But it didn't ever reach the heights that it was capable of reaching. It could have with Glory. Glory was very, very high level. And they tried
how
it for
could
a
they
while.
do it? How could they do it to take it to the next level?
The UFC machine. Put the UFC machine behind it. If they put the UFC promotion machine behind high-level kickboxing and got just fucking, hey, we're going to sign the biggest fighters in the world. We're going to have UFC kickboxing. So here's this.
The UFC is the tournaments. And
the UFC should hire Michael Chiavello and do a fucking a Muay Thai card. Dana, I'll commentate. You heard me. I'll fucking commentate it. Let's go.
Is Dana a fan of kickboxing, though? Does he follow it?
Dana's a fan of whatever works. He's a fan of fights. He just thinks that for whatever reason, that kickboxing never caught on in America. And I think it's because of that PKA karate shit that they have in the 1980s. But dudes were wearing fucking long pants. And they couldn't kick the legs. It's a different sport, man. And there were some great fighters that came out of that. Guys like Rick Rufus. But it's a different sport. If you look at the fights on OneFC and you look at the fights in, like the classic K1 fights, like, my God, how is that not exciting? It's so exciting. And if they have them fight with the little gloves on, like K1 does or like OneFC does, if Dana decided to get behind that, God, it would be huge. Muay Thai, UFC Muay Thai.